A lot of these motherfuckers start saying shit. They start talking shit. They say certain things in order to avoid saying what we all know. What we all know, but some of us don't want to actually acknowledge. And that is the fact that by saying some of these things, really what you're saying is, I don't want to fight this motherfucker. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in this situation, but y'all are making me be in this situation. But really, I don't want to fight this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's really what duck language is. It's I don't want to fight this motherfucker talk. Because I feel like I'm not gonna win. I feel like I'm gonna get my ass whooped. Because yet again, if I knew I was gonna whoop somebody's ass, you could give me $1. You could pay me 55 cents. If I knew I was gonna whoop somebody's ass, it wouldn't be no problem. It wouldn't be no issues with me fighting whoever you, him, or anybody wanted me to fight. Because I know I'm gonna win. I know I'm gonna whoop this person's ass. No big deal. But the issue comes about when I have my doubts about whether or not I could win a fight. I have my suspicions that shit ain't gonna go the way I feel like it might go or it should go. I need more money because I might get my ass whooped, and me getting my ass whooped kind of fucks up my career. That's when you hear certain shit like that. Play into that Errol Spence bull ass motherfucking shit. Errol Spence, 60-40 guy, 70-30, now 70-30. Y'all gonna make me 80-20 a nigga, 80-20 a nigga. So you telling me you need 80% of a purse to fight, or 70% of a purse, or 60% of a purse to fight another champion in your division? You have to be incentivized to do something that you should want to do, something that you said you was gonna motherfucking do in the first place? You tell me how that works. Why do you need 60% of a purse to do something you already said you was gonna do, which is be undisputed? How does that work? Why do you need 70% of a purse to do something you said you was gonna do in the first fucking place? I need to know how that works. I really need to know how that works. A duck tactic. But in this case, we can translate it into duck language because at the end of the day, you're very dismissive if you say 60-40, 70-30, or whatever I give you. That's not serious. But I know what you're going to say. We're going to address everything that the Errol Spence people going to say. We're going to address all that. It's about to be dope. It's about to be dope. My boy Light Lit It Up says, Spence just throwing out numbers. He doesn't want that fight. Facts, Light Lit It Up. He don't want them fight. He don't want that fight. We know what it is. But you know what? The Errol Spence people continue to defend this man. The Errol Spence people continue to stay on the bandwagon. They continue to cape for this dude. No matter how embarrassing the shit that comes out of his mouth, they continue to cape for this dude. My boy Light Lit It Up says, couldn't be more obvious. Facts. Also says, I heard Ugas ask for 50-50. We're going to talk about that, Light Lit It Up. Oh yeah, that's on the docket. Errol Spence embarrassed himself on that live. He came out on Twitter talking about, oh man, yeah man, that was from January. It don't matter when the fuck it was from. You said that bull ass shit. You said that shit and you meant that shit. You said that shit and you meant that shit. I don't give a fuck if you said it in January of 2021 or January of 1987. You said that bullshit. You said that bullshit. But let's address all the Earl people, because all the Earl people are going to continue to cape for this man. So let's address all the Earl people, because all the Earl people, they're going to say, oh, he was joking. Those was jokes, man. Earl trolling, man. Those was jokes. Earl trolling, man. Yeah, man. Those ain't nothing but jokes, man. How you gonna listen to Earl, man? He joking. Oh, okay. Earl joking, huh? Okay. So the last time I talked about Errol Spence, right? The last time I talked about Errol Spence, I talked about the fact that anybody who's serious in a negotiation, who's seriously trying to negotiate, would not make their negotiations public. They would not publicly try to negotiate with another fighter. It's not smart, and it's not how things get done, period. But since the Errol Spence people insist that he's trolling, let's go ahead and say that the negotiations are serious. Let's say that it is a serious negotiation that's taking place publicly. Let's say that this is a serious public negotiation, right? Why the fuck would you joke in a negotiation? Why would you tell a joke like that when you're negotiating with somebody? Who the fuck jokes in the middle of a negotiation? Nobody. Ever. Why is that? Because you probably wouldn't be able to reach any kind of agreement. If motherfuckers are kiki during a negotiation, how the fuck well do you think the negotiation is actually gonna go? If you wanted to buy my house, okay, and I told you it was $25 trillion, how likely are you to actually buy my fucking house? Clearly, I don't want to sell this shit, because I'm telling you it's $25 trillion, and ain't nobody gonna pay $25 trillion for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom shack or whatever the fuck shit I live in. For example, I don't live in no shit like that for real. But for example, have a serious negotiation publicly, okay? We know it's bullshit. We know it's bullshit. But we're pretending like this is a serious negotiation because the Earl people feel like it's serious. It's a serious negotiation that's taking place publicly. The Earl people feel like it's serious publicly. Well, if it is a serious negotiation, why would you tell dumbass jokes in the middle of a negotiation? Why would you tell dumbass jokes in the middle of a negotiation? Who the fuck does that? Yes, sir. My boy Modest in the building. Yes, sir, Modest. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute, my boy. Salute. Back on Earl Neck. Who the fuck tells a joke? Who jokes in the middle of a negotiation? Nobody does that bullshit. Period. But let's keep on these Earl people. Let's keep on these Earl people who continuously make excuses for Errol Spence, who continuously try to defend this nigga after he shows his whole ass over there on IG Live with the 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, and you niggas cap for him like this nigga's actually trying to make a fucking point. Like this nigga's actually trying to make some shit happen. Like that shit is cool. Nah, that shit is pussy, nigga. Fuck you talking about? My boy might have said you gonna make a lot of people mad with this one. I already know when I come out with certain shit, people gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be getting a lot of thumbs downs and shit. I already know, my boy. It's all good. I ain't worried about this shit. It come with the territory. But it is what it is. Somebody gotta say what the fuck going on, bro. Somebody gotta say what the fuck going on. These niggas caping for Earl like Earl doing something when Earl ain't doing shit. Earl out here making the sport look bad with his pussy shit. Cause that's really what the fuck it is. Pussy shit. You know what I'm saying? But back on Earl neck, back on his fans' neck. So here go the other thing that his fans say. His fans love to say, well, Floyd When he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he took a lower split. It was an investment to fight. Get the fuck out of here. Earl is not no Oscar De La Hoya. He's not no Manny Pacquiao. He's not no none of these niggas. He doesn't have anywhere near the fan base in order to justify any of the bullshit that he's doing. Period. Period. We already broke down the numbers, but let's do that shit again. Because these niggas forget real quick. These niggas put Errol Spence in the same category as Floyd Mayweather and fucking Manny Pacquiao. I don't understand when these niggas really started watching boxing, but if you've been watching boxing anywhere near this fucking decade, you would know Earl's not doing nowhere near the numbers of fucking Manny Pacquiao or anybody is doing. Earl's 350 pay-per-view buys or 300 pay-per-view buys, that's a $21 million fight. Bud Crawford makes $6 million guaranteed. Plus maybe some back end on top of that. Probably about $8 million. Why in the fuck would Bud Crawford take 20%, 30%, which on a $20 million fight is less than his guarantee, which is $5.5 million? Why would Terrence Crawford take less than what his guaranteed money is in order to fight Errol Spence? Who in the fuck is Errol Spence? Who in the fuck is Errol Spence? This nigga got 2 titles, but all of a sudden he's Mayweather. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. This nigga sells 300,000 pay-per-view buys, but you niggas dub this nigga God. When you got fucking Logan Paul and fucking Mike Tyson, 187 years old, doing 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. But these same niggas want to say, oh, well, people not even really buying pay-per-views like that and shit. People not really doing these things like that. They not really doing. But Mike Tyson in his fucking 90s is able to do 1.2. Logan Paul, a YouTuber, is able to do 1.2. But you expect me to believe that Errol Spence or anybody else in boxing can't do those numbers when those motherfuckers can. Fuck out of here. Amada says, a real side provides a life-changing offer. Bud actually makes more money than Spence to fight. And honestly, there's only a few real stars, Manny, Joshua, and Canelo. Facts. 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 But these niggas act like motherfucking, if according to these niggas, if you all you did was listen to these other niggas on YouTube, you would think that Errol Spence and Floyd Mayweather and fucking Manny Pacquiao are all on the same level. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Errol Spence hasn't even moved through any weight division. This nigga started his career at 147. He's still at 147. He hasn't crossed no weight divisions. He hasn't fought no top tier opponents. He hasn't unified. He hasn't been undisputed in any divisions. This nigga, in my vision, in my estimation, this nigga is basically just starting his career. Really? If you think about it, this nigga got his IBF belt a few years back, right when Keith Thurman unified the division. So how the fuck is you a big star? You just got this WBC belt. Who do these niggas really think they is for real, for real? But let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue because these other niggas, they tell the story like this. These other niggas tell the story like this, right? Terrence Crawford. Look, I'm not really concerned about money. I don't really care nothing about money. I just want to see the fight. I just want to see the fight. But Terrence Crawford should take 40%. Huh? It sound like you concerned about. It sound like you concerned about money to me. Isn't that a money thing for you to say? Somebody should take 40%, but you're not concerned about money. But this dude should take 40% in order to make the fight happen. That sounds like a legitimate concern, my boy. That sounds like a concern. Why would you open your mouth and say you're not concerned about money, but in the same breath turn around and say that this person should take this amount? It's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. At the end of the day, if I'm Terrence Crawford, I ain't taking no goddamn 40% from no Errol Spence, from no nigga that I did more in the sport, from some nigga just starting out. Crazy. But here goes the other thing, man. Here's the funny thing about what's going on right now. My boy mentioned it earlier, man. My boy Light Lit It Up said it earlier. Ugas asked for 50-50, right? Ugas is asking for 50-50 now, which is poetic justice to me. Ugas is demanding 50-50, which to me is comical. It's comical. And I hope he don't back down off that shit.